Have you ever wondered what law enforcement knows about us or can learn about us? And I mean us, I'm included. In this episode, we're going to discuss technological advances in law enforcement. But to understand where it's going, which is quite scary, we need to understand where it came from. So we're going to discuss the past, present, and future of technological advances of law enforcement. You may ask yourself, why do I need to listen to this guy? Well, I can tell you that I've been a police officer since 2004, currently active duty as well. I've seen firsthand in real time the advancements of police technology from that era to now and where it's going. You may want to stay tuned and find out what's in beta testing right now and where the advancements of technology are taking us. AI is deeply involved, and it's a little nerve-wracking even to me. In 2004, when I became a police officer, our vehicles were equipped with VHS recording dash cams that the quality was okay at best. No internet connection, and we had handheld radios. As time went on, we started carrying more equipment, and technology started to improve. We integrated into DVD recording dash cams, still dumb devices. They were not connected to the internet, and flip phones were becoming a big thing. I remember the Razor Edge was quite popular at that time, and the candy bars. Then we started getting more advanced. Let's go back as much as 10 years ago, whenever body cams were starting to become a thing. Body cams scared me originally because already I know police were being questioned quite a bit about what we were doing. Not that we were doing anything wrong, but you always get nervous on perspective. Fast forward a couple years, and we started carrying body cams. I quickly realized how much of a blessing instead of a curse it was. Not only has it told the truth whenever we get false accusations against us, but it also captures those that have done wrong. It also captures a lot of evidence and probable cause that maybe we didn't see right offhand. And it gives a better POV perspective of the offense or how police work. Body cams integrated with our vehicles. So initially they started off as an independent unit. You would run around, record, put it in the base, and upload it. Now it's gotten a little more advanced. In the past, our vehicles used to be equipped with a wireless mic. That's how you would hear us. There was no video chasing us. But now we moved into the era of the video doubles up and syncs with the dash cam video, and you can hear us and everything through the body cam. And the wireless mics have been they've been outdated. Now we've kind of pushed forward our camera system into a internet-based camera system. So you'll dock your dash cam inside your vehicle. It will communicate, sync up, and send all your files via the internet to a main storage cloud. This all sounds fine and dandy, right? It gets worse. Now that all the internet integration has occurred, we now have smart devices and AI getting involved in dash cams and body cams. All right, we're going to pause for just a minute on the body cam technology. And the only reason is because I don't want to keep going with it, what's being integrated into it, and where it's going in the future without catching up our other devices we have. Let's flip over to drones. Initially, we only had one drone, and its capability was mainly video. You could see with it. Since then, they've upgraded our drones. We started off with one, and now we have several, I think 4 or 5. And of those they have variety. We even have drones that can fly inside houses now, or structures. Initially, the equipment on the drones was a mirror camera. It had good quality, but you couldn't really see a whole lot other than that, especially at night and whatnot. Since that, we've had the advancement of night vision and thermal. So now we can see body heat, and we can see at night. On top of that, we have spotlights, megaphone attachments, claws that can drop stuff. I mean, it just keeps getting more and more advanced. Think of the Walmart delivery drones themselves, delivering groceries to your back door. We have that here in this city. It's kind of crazy to watch them fly everywhere. But our police drones, I mean, they can do pretty much everything. We use them on search warrants to light up the house. We have a speaker on it, like it's a megaphone on it, that can yell commands, announce our presence. It can potentially, not that we use it for this, but it could drop distraction devices. Our drones are currently used for search and rescue, surveillance, and mapping. We use it for security as well, for major events. Another thing being utilized a lot in law enforcement is digital evidence libraries or digital evidence maintenance. In that it's just up in the cloud and it can hold large quantities of data. I know our prosecution and CID, Criminal Investigation Division, communicate by sharing files via the internet now, where it used to be physically hand delivering each case. So not only that, we also keep a lot more information, data that we get on individuals in-house and in our wonderful cloud. One technology that is getting more and more advanced and more widespread is license plate readers. License plate readers are usually established along the roadways and catches your license plate as you pass by. It shares it to a database that is picked up by law enforcement looking for lost, stolen vehicles, hot vehicles put on lists for drug dealers or something we're interested in. And the server tracks it anytime it hits one of their license plate readers. Now, what are you thinking? Oh, in our city? No. State? No. Anywhere you go that there's a license plate reader. And this is getting more advanced. Kind of where it's heading to is other camera systems are able to read license plates now. They're at your local gas station, hardware store, banks, just about anywhere you go to go shopping or carry on daily life. These cameras are present and recording your movements and where your vehicle goes. This goes back to our patrol cars. Our dash cam system and our body-worn cameras are now being integrated with these same capabilities. It's able to read license plates as you pass by. Now think of how many police officers pass how many cars in a 12-hour shift. That's a lot of license plates. This information is going to be shared into the same database, and it's going to provide information to the officer of stolen vehicles, vehicles of interest, or wanted people that may operate that vehicle. It's getting a little more small world. And in this, you have to start having privacy questions, which I know you and I, because I'm a big privacy advocate, that if you're in public, you can assume you're on camera, and that's perfectly legal. Another thing our dash cams do is also watch the officers closer. So it goes both ways. It tells what our speed is, our location, if we're using our brakes, our siren, our lights, and it records several moments before we activate the camera or turn on the siren or something that automatically activates it. Also currently in our vehicles, we have MDTs, which is mobile data terminals. Our radios have become smart, I guess you could say. They now use data from cell towers. So if I leave my jurisdiction and I go far off, it switches over to cell phone signal, and I can talk from anywhere that I can get a signal like I'm sitting in my city still, which is pretty impressive. Now, I'm sure I forgot something that we have. But with even what I just said, the access to social media and other data, here's what we can currently find out about one person at any time. I can find out what your criminal history is. Your criminal history is anything you've been arrested for or convicted of. I can also see what agencies that you were arrested at. I have access to servers that will tell me everywhere you've lived, what phone numbers you've had, and all your relatives and their information. The cell phone you carry, you're carrying a tracking device on you. Not only your location, but your mental health, your browsing history, your social media accounts, and all your friends, your contacts, your heart rate, your sleep pattern, your fitness pattern, your diet, just about everything that we hold private. Now for the moment you've been waiting for, the next generation of cops. This technology is getting very advanced, and some of these things that I mentioned here may scare you because they make me nervous. But I'll tell you that your government or military area is where these things develop, and they trickle down to your local law enforcement last. Mainly because of budgeting, but it's also technology you don't release to the civilian side until the advanced defense side has it, or something better. So with that said, it usually goes government, military, local police, and then county because of, like I said, budgeting. Let's go into the future to see where it's heading. Some of the things in beta testing. First up, predictive policing. This is going to take crime pattern analysis and resource allocation and apply it to law enforcement. We're talking basically your chat GPT and all, which is wrong at times. Keep that in mind. It will pretty much, remember the movie A Minority Report where the precogs came up with the person and what crime they were going to commit, and they had X amount of time to solve it or stop the person before it happened? That's the kind of stuff it's going to. It's going to start predicting who's going to commit crimes. This is dangerous. I don't like this at all. As a law enforcement officer, I'm telling you, I don't like this idea. I don't think, if it gives you an idea of like a crime area or, hey, this and that, but think how much private information has to be dug through in order to get these results. Keep watching. It gets scarier. Dash cams and body cams are going to start being able to tear down the video and audio that it records and write the report for the officer. That's not so bad, except for we're starting to know who's saying what without me telling it. Now, I made fun of a video on one of my other videos. I made fun of an officer having what appeared to be a body cam stuck to the side of his face. And one of the comments on that video was, some officers wear Google glasses. I looked into it, and I've heard of rumors of this. So glasses, kind of like mine here, will have cameras in it and screens. And it will be able to have facial recognition in it. Think about that. Everyone I look at on a monitor, small screen inside, it will be able to bring up who I'm talking to, and I can run them without even saying a thing. I look at you, it recognizes you, it runs you, and tells me if you're wanted, tells me where you live. You see where I'm going with this? Not nice. AI is starting to creep its ugly little face into just about everything. We're talking, it's being embedded into body cams, the drones, LPRs, it's license plate readers, as well as mobile computing, or MDTs. And some of this technology has, it's got some good stuff. Like, for example, all these items are starting to be able to have gunshot recognition. So when you have shootings, and I've been close to some shootings, and I can't tell where the gunshots are coming from because they're echoing off houses and buildings and whatnot. This will pinpoint based on acoustic testing, like immediately, and tell me where that gunshot came from. So there's some good things. But on the flip side, AI is also creeping its ugly little face into emotional detection analysis. It's going to read the person's facial expressions, and listen to their speech and be able to determine if they're lying or not. Now, think about that. Currently, with our lie detection devices that we have, polygraphs and whatnot, roughly 80% accuracy on those things. So how much accuracy is going to be reading my face and hearing my speech? It's a little out there, right? Though I couldn't fully find any great detail on this, they're advancing robotics currently with the little arm that we have now. It is going to more advanced robotics where it will help with bomb disposal. That would be one of its main goals, and hostage situations. I'm not sure exactly. I couldn't find a whole lot on hostage situations on how it would help, whatever. They're also developing throwing robots. Like you could throw them and then they do their thing. Little creepy. Here's another area I highly disagree with. No one could do policing like humans. And when you remove the human factor, you lose sympathy, you lose empathy in some areas, and you lose the human decision-making skills. And with that, we have Ford, the car company. They have a patent for an automated or autonomous police vehicle that operates on its own and will issue traffic citations based on what parameters? I don't know. None are in development that I'm aware of at this point. I guess they're still working on the quirks that are involved, but currently there is a patent for Ford to create an autonomous police vehicle. Now, kind of on the same lines as the Google glasses, which I just threw Google on there. I don't know if they 100% are the ones developing them. I know several of the other companies are developing their own, and that's one thing that has changed. This used to be government and city-based and all that, and now companies are making buku's money developing these technologies for law enforcement. So it's a big race. It's almost like an arms race to get them the technology that will help them police in the future. But another one is augmented reality. Now, this isn't officers running around with Apple lenses or whatever, Apple glasses, whatever they're called. They're not going to be running around with those. However, they will put them in a world of digital and reality, and the officers into the officer's view with AR glasses. And this is kind of what I was talking about with the facial recognition or data fields that you can see while talking to them. So who knows what capabilities it will have to run social media and all that. I mean, basically just run through your life while I'm sitting here talking to you. Yikes. And with those things being mentioned that are in beta, things that are developed and things that are past that have been obsolete now, I will tell you that AI is just going to continue to be integrated into our lives, whether we like it or not. In law enforcement, it's going to be deeper in our body cams, license plate readers, dash cams, the future glasses. Your information on the public space is going to become known to the law enforcement officer in the future. The next generation cop is going to know just about everything you're up to in a split second. And that makes me a little bit nervous, not because I'm doing anything wrong, because I like to have the right for privacy. AI is only going to become a bigger part of our life. And in the law enforcement profession, I can tell you that I don't 100% agree with all the integration of AI. Research was done in 2023 whenever this was becoming ramped up, and 81% of Americans felt uncomfortable with the way that the data would be used and collected. That's pretty shocking. I want to know who the 19% were that were okay with it or didn't worry about it. Now, I've been open and honest what a police officer can already find out about you, the individual. But I'll tell you, it makes me a little bit nervous to know what the future holds and the bag of tricks that are coming down the line and how much privacy we'll have left afterwards. Hopefully, I fulfilled your expectations in this video. Check out some of my other videos. You might not only be entertained, but educated in other aspects of the law enforcement insight. And with that said, I'm Hollywood. Stay sharp, stay safe, stay ready for the unexpected. And as always, thank you for hanging in the hideout.